Hello, hello, everybody. This is Heidi with Tap into Abundance Now, and we are live. The clock is counting, so here we are. So I woke up this morning, and I felt really inspired to follow up on my last Facebook Live. Hi, Marissa. I see some hearts from Marissa. It's great to have you here. Yay! So I woke up this morning and my day was fairly clear, and I was like, what would be fun to do today? Because I'm Marissa. I am really making the choice of joy. That is one of my major intentions for this year, and it was last year too, and things turned out amazingly last year in so many different ways because I was choosing from joy. So I woke up this morning and I thought, what would be fun to do today? And I felt really inspired to follow up on the live that I did the other day, which was what the heck is wrong with me? So if you didn't catch that, I'll just do a quick recap of that, because I think telling you the story of it is great and all, but following up and doing some tapping around that inner critic, that voice that is probably in most of our heads a lot of the time, right? It's so easy to go to the wrongness of us. So my previous live was, hi, I see Gina and I see Michelle. Hello, hello. And there's Lauren. Yes, Lauren, we started. We're just getting ready. We didn't start tapping yet. I'm just talking, so I didn't miss much. But I went to the wrongness of me over the last several weeks because the January was really bumpy for me. I had some crazy things happen. Life often flows pretty fairly smoothly in my world. Not always, nothing's perfect, but January is particularly wonky. Just things happen that don't normally happen. Things I mentioned before with my money were just kind of way out of whack. And I fell down the stairs, which do you ever fall as an adult? It's no fun falling as an adult. No, it doesn't feel good. So I jammed up my shoulder. I'm still recovering it. And then I was due to speak in Florida for a business beach retreat, and of course I got caught in the storm, the snowstorm here on the East Coast, and was delayed, and flights were canceled and pushed back, and so at one point I really did go to the question, like, what is wrong with me? Hi, Carol. What is wrong with me? And thank goodness I caught myself pretty quick, right? One of the things I try to teach my clients is really conscious awareness of what we're thinking and what we're feeling. Because when we're conscious of what's going on inside of us, then we have the ability to make a choice. We can pivot, we can tap, we can do whatever we need to in order to change that. So I did have this conscious awareness, thank goodness, fairly quickly. And I'm like, yeah, that might not be the best question to ask. What is wrong with me? And I did. I see Marty joined. Hi, Marty. You were kind of helpful in this too. Marty actually said, Heidi, because I shared it with her. She said, maybe the question should be, what's going on here? So I did start to ask that question, what's going on here? But so often we go to the wrongness of us, especially if we know we're in touch with the fact that we are creators. Right? And so when we're trying to consciously create our world and things go crazy, you go, what in the world did I do? What is wrong with me that I attracted that or that I created that? Right? And then we look at all the evidence of the wrongness of us. We go, well, I didn't lose the weight yet, or I didn't close that client, or my money, I'm not making the money that I intended to make. We just go to the wrongness and we find the evidence. So my invitation is to release that voice as much as possible, or if and when it does come up, because we're humans and humans tend to be imperfect and that's okay. So when that voice does come up, what's wrong with me? Be aware and then shift. shift to a different question, do tapping, whatever it is. But what's underneath it? So if you guys want to put in the comments, I would love to know, does this question come up for you? What's wrong with me? And if it does, when does it actually come up? When is that triggered for you? So I want to do some tapping, but I'd love to tailor it to what your experiences are. So if I see comments, then I will definitely put that in. And of course the phone is ringing. So apologies for the background noise. Okay. Where is it that you feel the wrongness? For me, I know the underpinnings of that is, of course, many of you know my story. I was given up as a baby. And so the seeds that were planted there, with my birth mother deciding not to keep me, was a particular wrongness. I went to the fact that she didn't keep me. The message I took and the meaning I created out of that was, there's definitely something wrong with you. There's something inherently not right with you. And so it's a voice that's been in my head for years and years and years and years, and it's gotten quieter and quieter and quieter, and I've become more and more conscious of it, which is the goal, right? So Marissa says, when it's tied to a recurring theme in my life, right? Okay, yep. So we have different themes in our lives: money and weight and relationships, right? What's wrong with me? Okay, so let me look at my notes here, just the things that I just wanted to quick cover. Yeah, so instead of going to what's wrong with me, we would rather reframe the question, what's going on here? Thank you, Marty Murphy, for that help. What's going on here? And where am I not matched up with what I'm asking for, with what my intentions and what my goals are? Where am I not matched up internally? Because that's what's creating our life, right? When we're not matched up, we create what we can perceive as wrongness. Right. Why do we have to put up with this? Yeah. So is that something that comes in your mind there, Gina? Yeah. Why do I have to put up with this? Okay. All right. And I see it says, whenever I judge myself as tolerating behavior that I think I shouldn't. Okay. Right. So if we have reactions from other people, they're treating us not so great, and we tolerate it, then a question would be, well, why do I tolerate it? What's wrong with me? Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, great. So why don't we do some tapping and see if we can release some of this self-blame, because as conscious creators, right, we know that we're creating our world, and a lot of us have stepped up and we've taken on that responsibility, but we don't want to go to self-blame. When we go to self-blame and we own wrongness of ourselves, then we go to punishment and we really clog up our energy, we clog up our receiving, we clog up our ability to create magic in our own lives. So here we go. We're going to tap on the karate chop point. So everybody, if you can see me, I imagine if you're on Facebook Live, you're seeing me. I'm used to being on telecalls too, where you can either call in or you have video. But you can follow along if you're not familiar with tapping, or if you know it, you can just go for it. Here we go. Even though I hear in my head, you can just repeat after me, silently or out loud, what the heck is wrong with me? It's a voice that I hear in my head too often. I tend to see evidence in my life of where I'm wrong. And it doesn't feel good. And it's really a downward spiral. But it's the truth. That's how I feel. That there's something wrong with me. That's how I feel. But I'm willing to accept that my feelings are not always reality. And I'm willing to release the judgment of me. Even though I often feel like there's gotta be something wrong with me. Otherwise, what in the world is my life looking like this for? If there wasn't something wrong with me, then my life would look so differently. That's how it feels. And that's what I conclude. But I'm willing to consider the possibility that there might not be such a wrongness of me. There might just be a mismatch in my energy to whatever I'm asking for. I'm willing to accept myself and love myself, even if it doesn't feel that way right now. Okay, all right, we're gonna go to the points now. So you go to your eyebrow and just tap. What in the world is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? It feels like there has to be something inherently wrong with me. I hear this question in my head quite often. Whenever things aren't going the way that I'm intending for them to go, I jump to the wrongness of me. What is wrong with me? There's certainly not a whole lot right about me. Otherwise, my life would look so different. I would have lost the weight by now. I would have hit that money goal. I wouldn't be struggling so hard to create what I want. There's got to be something wrong with me. I see other people having ease in their life. So there's something right about them. There's something right about what they're doing, but not me. There's something wrong with me. And I don't know how to fix it. There's so much evidence. There's so much evidence. And I'm tired of seeing it. What is wrong with me? But I wonder where that voice first got a foothold. Where I first learned to ask that question. Who told me I was wrong? Who taught me that there was something wrong with me? Maybe it was a direct message. Maybe it was an indirect message. But I sure got that message. And I gobbled it up and I made it my own. I believed it. There's got to be something wrong with me. Otherwise, things would not be this way. I have so many recurring themes. I have themes with my money. Money is a struggle. So it's got to be something wrong with me. My body's not where I want it to be. So it's got to be something wrong with me. I tolerate behavior that I shouldn't tolerate. So of course, that's because there's something wrong with me. That's how it feels. And I don't want to have to put up with this wrongness that I feel. I'm wired to go to this question. But what if I could change that wiring? What if I could change that reaction I have? What if I could go to a different question? Because whenever I ask myself a question, I give my mind a task. My mind loves questions. And when I ask it a question, it looks for the answer. And so if I'm asking what's wrong with me, of course, I'm going to find evidence. And that just solidifies the belief. And then I recreate it, because that's what I do. I create from my beliefs. I create from these feelings that there's something wrong with me. So maybe the question can be, where am I not matched up for ease in my life? Where is my energy mismatched to receiving money and creating it? Where is my energy mismatched to not eating healthily, to keeping on the weight that I don't want, to tolerating the behavior that I really don't deserve? What if there's nothing wrong with me? What if there's nothing wrong with me? It would be so much of a relief to actually believe that there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. I might not believe it quite yet, but I'm willing to go in that direction. And I'm willing to start noticing when that question comes up. And when that question comes up, I'm willing to ask another question. Where is my energy mismatched? And what else is possible? Maybe there's nothing wrong with me. And maybe I can do something about my situation simply by asking a different question and shifting my energy. All this wrongness I feel about me, it's probably an old story, an old feeling, and very old wiring. I'm willing to rewire myself, to release this old question, this old judgment of myself, so that I begin to open myself to something new. What is right about me? A lot is right about me. And there's nothing wrong with me. All this wrongness, I choose to release it from the cells of my body, from the wiring in my brain. And I'm willing to begin to notice the things that are right about me. Okay, everybody take a deep breath. So I didn't have an echo there, so I might have been going 1 mile a minute. I hope you were able to keep up. Even if you weren't able to keep up with the wording, you were there in the energy of it. So, and if you were tapping along, you should have been able to shift some things there. So any feedback? How did that feel? And what came up? Did anything come up around that? I'm getting some love, some hearts flying across the screen. Okay. All right. So what I recommend, ooh, we got some more hearts coming across the screen. What I recommend is right now asking the question to yourself. What is right? Oh, I got lots of like hearts and thumbs up. There's a little bit, I saw an angry and a surprised and a sad face. Okay, so if you want to share that, if you want to share what's coming on, I won't necessarily announce your name, but if we get a little bit more, I would be willing to tap a little bit more. But if we're good, we're good. And if we're ready to move on to a positive, let's see. Okay. Ooh, okay. Original sin. Wow. Okay. I was born with original sin scored on my heart. Oh my goodness. Like, so if that's what you were told, if that's what the church or teachers or nuns or, right, your family programmed into you, how do you escape that? Original sin scored on my heart. Oh my goodness. All right. So does anybody else have that? I imagine, because a lot of us grew up in like a traditional church environment. And I really believe that we're not perfect, but you know, we're really born of love. And at the core, that's who we are. All right. Okay. So, let's just do one round on that because I think that probably makes sense to more than just one person. All right, so we're just going to go to the eyebrow. I was born with original sin, and sin was scored on my heart. I was born with original sin. So how could I do anything right? Of course, there is wrongness about me. Of course, I can't get it right. Of course, all of the things that I try to make good end up like crap because I have original sin scored on my heart. I'm not only wrong, but I deserve to be punished. Sin has to be punished. And I don't think I can ever pay for all the sinfulness. It's original sin, after all. How do you ever get out from under that? And what if that's not the whole story? What if that's not even the truth? What if I was born of love? What if original love was the first thing put in my heart? What if love is where I came from? Divine love. What if that is where I came from? And that is what I'm truly about. And what if the imperfections came later? What if my heart is not scored with original sin? What if it's flaming with original love? I wonder if I can accept myself better in light of that. What if I could learn to love me and release this wrongness? I'm willing to consider that and feel the rightness of where I came from. Okay. All righty. So we're at 24 minutes. I really didn't have any time set on this, so if you've got to leave and come back, that's totally cool. But what I'd like to end with now is an invitation. I would love for you just to take a few minutes and close your eyes, or a few moments, and think about all of the rightness about you. Okay? Think about all the rightness about you. Underneath that original sin, underneath the beliefs that you're wrong, underneath the messages of all the wrongness, the messages, underneath all of that, like, what is really the truth? Where can you see rightness about yourself? Because when we get in touch with the fact that we deserve self-love, right? When we get in touch with the rightness of who we are at the core, no matter if we haven't lost the weight, no matter if our money's a mess, if we can get to the rightness of us, that is going to open up our energy. That is going to open up ease, right? As long as we stand in judgment and in the wrongness and we clasp and grasp onto that truth about ourselves, it's going to be a struggle to create what we want, to have ease and flow in our life. We're getting likes here. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. I love flaming with original love. Good, good, good. I'm glad that resonated. Yep. Yep. So if you want to put in the comments, and again, I won't call out your name, but what is right about you? Where is the evidence for that? Because there's got to be a ton of evidence about your rightness. And if you're not there yet, come back and go through this tapping again and again until you get through, because this is going to be up on my page, so you can come back to it and repeat it again and again. This is a really big thing. And for me, it took a lot of tapping to get to the rightness of me, right? But if you can even find one little thing, one piece of evidence of the rightness about you, I want you to own that today. Okay? All right, and then we're going to do one really quick positive round, okay, about the rightness of you. The rightness of me. That feels a little weird. I'm not used to saying that. I'm not used to thinking that way. The rightness of me. I'm used to feeling wrong. I'm used to seeing all of the wrongness, all of my imperfections. But maybe there's some rightness there. The rightness of me. Maybe I'm kind. Maybe I have a generous heart. Maybe I see beauty where other people don't. Maybe I'm a free spirit. Maybe I'm creative. Maybe I have an incredible talent. Maybe I can feel my own magic sometimes. And maybe, just maybe, things are better than I can actually perceive. I wonder where I'm not seeing the rightness of me and all of the amazing things that I have created in my life. The wrongness has clouded my vision. I wonder if I can see the rightness of me. I would love to be willing to get in touch with a heart that's flaming with original love and become aware of the rightness of me. Okay, everybody take a nice deep breath. All right, so I'm sure that brought up a ton of things for some of you. For some of you, it might have been a relief. For those of you, I'm getting some hearts and some thumbs up, thank you. For those of you who it's brought things up and you feel like there's more to work on, I do have a little invitation today. This is just kind of spontaneous. I've been thinking about making just a small offer out there for people who would like a little bit of support. So I often do readings for people, and we look for the root cause of our blocks. And so if you want to look for the root cause of your wrongness, or maybe something else that came up while we were tapping, and have a mini clearing session, we can tap together, we can tailor it to you. We'll do a half an hour, and just $97, just a tiny little pittance, and maybe you can clear a whole lot around this and open up the channels for what you are wanting. So that's just a little offer out there. If that sounds like something that would be helpful and supportive for you, you can contact me at Heidi@tapintoabundancenow.com, and we can set that up. All right, and if you just want to come back to this video and go over and over again, that is fantastic too. All right, thank you, thank you. Any final comments or questions? Okay, I think we're good. I got an O. All right. Still some sad faces. So maybe the sad faces and the angry faces, maybe you guys need to get in touch with me and see if I can support you to get to the thumbs up and the happy faces. All right, thank you so much. This is Heidi, and I'll see you again soon on another live. Take care. Bye-bye.